Greetings gastronauts, this is Keef Cooks, I'm Keef, and today I'm going to do something that many people have been waiting for a very long time. The conclusion or the return of the long-eggsperiment. So if you don't know what a long egg is, it's a manufactured thing where you end up with like a boiled egg that's maybe a foot long or something like that. And the reason you want to do that is to put it inside a gala pie, which is a long pork pie with boiled egg down the middle. So on the 1st of April last year, purely coincidental with the date there, I published the long-eggsperiment, which was me basically trying and pretty much failing to make a long egg. And for some reason this video has gone slightly viral, and it's had well over 1 million views at this point, and quite a lot of comments, and quite a lot from people who expected me to just go bim bam boom and produce a long egg. They completely didn't get the point. Most people did, and they enjoyed it, and a lot of people commented with ways that I might improve the process, which was great, and most of them were rubbish and involved condoms. But I did get one extremely sensible comment from a bloke, or a person called Dammy to Wok. So Dammy to Wok suggested using a Teflon rod, a PTFE rod, and I thought that would be the ideal thing because nothing sticks to it. But where do I get one from? And he came back with the exact link on Amazon where you could get one, and I got one for about £5, and I've tested this and it's absolutely marvellous. So I call it an experiment, and if you remember your science classes from school, you might recall there's the scientific method where you pose a question and then you make a hypothesis where you think of how you might be able to answer the question, and then you devise an experiment where you actually try it out, and then you write up your conclusions. And if it doesn't work, you go back to step 2 and you keep on refining it till you finish up with a workable solution. So my conclusions from the previous experiment were that I need something that's rigid, that can withstand heat of 70 degrees Celsius, and that is non-stick. And if I can find those things, I can then make a cylinder or a tube of egg white, and when that's set I can remove the placeholder, which is this, and fill it with egg yolk and cook that, and then I've got a long egg. So I think I've cracked it. Let's do it. So this is what I'm going to need to make my long egg cooking apparatus. First of all, a loaf tin. This is what I'm going to bake the pie in, so this gives me the length that I need. My PTFE rod, my Teflon rod, is just a bit longer, so that's good. And the outer tube to contain the egg white is this. This is polypropylene waste pipe, which is, polypropylene is food safe, so don't even think about whinging about that. And a polypropylene end cap. Also a little sheet of silicone, also food safe, also will resist temperatures up to 260 Celsius, which is way more than we'll be doing. And again, nothing sticks to that stuff. So I'm going to make a tube with the cap on the end, and I'll line it with the silicone. So I need to go in the man shed and cut this to size. Oh, one downside, I had to buy a 3-metre length of this. Upside, it fit in my car, and I'll have quite a bit left over if I ever need to do any more plumbing or anything like that. So I'm going in the man cave and I'm going to cut a short length off that. Okay, so the end cap, that's the cap, that's a ring to secure it, and that's a seal to stop the water leaking out. You pop the seal onto the tube, and then you fit the end cap on it and you screw it together. So I'm just going to pop a bit of silicone in there to help stop it sticking to the end, and then just tighten the ring. These things are always easier to do when you're not on camera. There we go. There, that's nice and tight, and that is our tube. So this is actually sold as 32mm diameter, but the The inside diameter is 30, which is possibly a bit small. We're going to have quite a lot more yolk than egg white, but I don't actually mind that. Now I'm going to put some water in this and measure how much volume of egg white and egg yolk we need. So I'll just fill it with water. Okay, that's full. I'm just going to pour it into a measuring jug to see how much we've got. Settle down now. Oh. Okay, that's close enough, 200 ml. So now I'm going to pop the rod in, and it's got a hole down the middle which I've taped shut with sellotape. I know I said nothing sticks to this, but sellotape does. And pop that in and then pour water around it. Empty the jug. Actually, I can just pop it in there. And then pop that in the jug and measure that. And that's our egg yolk. And that is 100 ml. Brilliant. So 50-50. Now, I need some eggs. And I don't know how many yet, which is why I'm doing this. So, you know, eggs come in two parts. There's the yolk and the white. But actually, the white also comes in two parts, which is the inner viscous part, which is called the tight white, and then the runnier outer part, which I guess is called the loose white. And I bet you feel better for knowing that. So that's about 40 ml there. So I reckon 2 or 3 more eggs will give us enough. So now I'm going to pop the egg whites into the jug so I can pour it easily. And I'll just give that a quick whisk to mix up the tight white and the loose white. Now you'll need to let this settle to get all the bubbles out of it. And while that's happening, I'll set up the cooking apparatus. Now I'm going to cook these sous vide. So this is my Anova Precision Cooker Immersion Circulator. Other brands are available. Don't tell them. And I've got a slight problem because this is my biggest pan and it's not tall enough to get the entire thing in, which is a shame. So the long egg will be not quite as long as I wanted it, but it'll still be fairly long. So on we go. Now we want this to come up to 72 degrees Celsius, so it's pretty close. It's on 70.9 there, and that will give us an egg white that is firm enough to hold its shape, but not overcooked and rubbery, which is what you normally get. So, where's my thing? I've lost my tube. I found my tube. Right, I've lined it with the silicone. That just automatically kind of expands to fill the space, and now I put the inner tube in, and no, I'm going to use a little funnel because I don't think I can hit that accurately with the jug. So in we go, little funnel, and pour in egg white. And I can't actually see what I'm doing now. Actually, that's very nearly full. So now I'm going to have to stand here for about 10 or 20 minutes holding it in place because it'll... Oh no, it's standing. Right, we've had about 10 minutes and I can't actually tell. I can't see what's going on because I've got all of this egg white that's not going to get cooked in the way. So the only way I can tell if it's actually setting is by wiggling the inner core around. I can feel it's getting firmer, but there's still a bit of wiggle room, so I don't think it's set yet. So we'll just have to wait maybe another 10 minutes. Now I've messed around with the water, so I've just brought it down to 65 degrees Celsius to cook the yolks to perfection. And now the excitement is building. I'm gonna pour off the uncooked white, which doesn't want to go anywhere. Now I need to get the Teflon tube out. Oh, hey, Ooh, that was easy. I can't actually tell if I've got a sleeve of cooked egg white in there, so we'll just take it on faith that I have. I'll pour in the egg yolk and pop it in there and let that cook till the egg yolk sets. Well, this is annoying. That's had like 40 minutes and it's nowhere near set. So I'm going to knock it off the day and check the figures, the cooking time and temperature for eggs. And also I've ordered a wider diameter piece of waste pipe and cap, because this ain't going to work really. I was hoping this would give me an ecstatic result, but obviously not. These things are never easy. Okay, hasta mañana. Well, now it's the next day and I'm not a very happy bunny because I haven't got a long egg. Look. So this is the only remotely solid bit of stuff that came out of the pipe thing. I don't know what I was thinking, saying it would take 10 or 20 minutes to cook. Obviously at that temperature it doesn't. So I've been spending the morning doing a few more experiments. And what we've got is this one, which was 1 hour and 20 minutes at 72 Celsius, and you know, that is, it's almost like a gel down at the bottom, but it's nowhere near set. So then I whacked up the temperature a bit to 75 and gave this one an hour. Again, it's closer to setting, but still not set enough. And then this one, which I've poked the skewer in, and it seems to be fairly firmly set. That was 1 hour at 77 Celsius. So I'll just unscrew it and see if I can get the thing out to show you. There you go. I wonder. Why wonder why? Okay, I mean that is set enough to do the job. I think looks disgusting, but there you go. And the other thing, the pipe. I've been to the builders merchants and I got a wider pipe, 40 millimeters. This is, which is actually about 36 inside, and I think that'll do the trick. And I got a push-on end cap because I thought that'd be nice and simple. And guess what? Doesn't fit. So what I could do is spend another £5.49 and get some cement to stick that on, or I could try and stick it on with duct tape or something like that, or I could melt it and try and stick it together like that. So I thought, well, first of all, I thought I could use the iron. But if Mrs. Keef Cooks found out I'd done that, she would actually kill me, and she will find out. So then I thought, blowtorch. I have a blowtorch. It doesn't have any gas in it, and I can't find the gas, so that's not happening. So I'm going to do this on naked flame on the stove with the door open and the ventilator on, because you do get nasty fumes coming off stuff like this. Right, let's hit the gas and just warm up the end. Okay, that seems to be molten, so I'll just press it onto the cap, turn off the gas, and that should do it. It's not straight, but who cares? So I've got my Teflon rod. I've sealed one end with sellotape, and this is the outer vessel, which had a very tiny leak in it, so I've just covered that with duct tape. I'm not too concerned, because once we've got the silicone lining inside and the egg white has started to coagulate, it'll kind of seal itself anyway. However, so what do? We fill the whole thing with water, and now we put that in the measuring jug and see how much we've got. We've got 250 ml. And ooh, look at all that water. Where did that come from? Now pop the Teflon rod in and pop it in the jug. And the stuff that leaked out. It's quite a big leak, really. It'll be all right. And that is, I would say, 175 ml. So, right, what did I say before? What was the overall total? Anybody? Do I have to rewind the film? Yes. Right, it was 250, so I need 175 ml of egg whites, and the rest will be egg yolk. Okay, that should do it. Right, time to have another go at long egg. Haha. So I've got my tube, my outer tube, lined with silicone, and also at the bottom. So I'll put the inner tube in there, and the funnel, and pop it in the water, which is at 77 degrees Celsius. And pour in egg white. And I realise now what I should have done somehow is figure out where the water level is in this, because nothing is going to cook above that level. And I can't actually see, but I think that's possibly it. Now, the other thing is, I mentioned I'd welded the bottom on at an angle and said it didn't matter. It does, because the tube is tilting one way and the inner tube is tilting another. So I might have to stand here for an hour holding this. Or I might do something ingenious with cardboard. Okie dokie, it's had an hour, so let's take it out and see what's happening. I made these kind of spacers, or like springs out of cardboard, to keep it more or less in the middle. That seems to have worked, and that seems to have set. I need my tongs to get this out, I think. Hey, Teflon, nothing sticks. Oh, flipping heck. Oh, no. This could be a major problem. Oh, no. Right, that's it. Can't do a long egg. Right, I pulled the silicone out a little bit so that I can get a grip on the Teflon inner. Oh dear. Didn't think it would be this hard. Come on, you beauty. Right, so maybe a knife. I think I'm going to cook the egg white for about another half hour to get it extra firm. Okay, another half an hour, and let's, come on. And an egg white that's not properly set. Right, I'm going to whack the temperature up to 80 and give it another half hour. Getting fed up with this. Right, fingers crossed. Work, you, work. Well, it's certainly set. I meant to do that. But can I get the rod out the middle? Oh dear. Well, we've got an egg white lollipop, and it's broken. And oh. Oh dear. Well, I think that's a bit of a fail, maybe. But, well, let's see if I can. I can't, can I really? No. Right. I shall sleep on it and come up with something in the morning. Maybe. Right, I'm not messing about now. I'm going to go straight to 82 degrees Celsius, and I don't care if it comes out rubbery and yuck, because just as long as it comes out. So here we go. I've also shortened the outer tube a little bit. 3 egg whites, bim bam boom. In we go. Or is it Bosch? It might be Bosch. Where's my little spring thing? Not spring anymore because it got soaked. Damn. Anyway, I'll make another little spring thing. Right, he's had his half hour, so fingers crossed. Well, that feels very firm. And now, because I've cut the outer tube down, I can actually twist the inner tube, and I think that is coming out. Well, it is coming out. Yay! Yeah, baby! Well, I think we've got something like a tube of egg in there. And here's my egg yolk. Okay, that's more than enough. So actually what I need to do is fiddle with the water and take the temperature down to, I think, about 70 degrees. 70 degrees and a half. So that goes in for, I don't know, until the egg yolk is cooked. Actually, I need a bit more water in there, which will mess up the temperature. Close enough. In you go, matey. I'll just hold this for a while till it settles down. Actually, I don't know if it will settle down because we haven't got the weight of the Teflon rod holding it now. So I'm going to try and see if I can tie it to the handles of the pan. Oh my goodness. I would need, you know, Mrs. Keef Cooks, but she's not here. Pooh! Oh. Yeah, standing here. Okay, bit over half an hour, and I think we may have a result. I did actually manage to tie it onto the handle and stabilise it with these tongs. So let's cut him loose. The tension, the excitement. Okay, let's get him out. Ooh, I can't get him out. Oh no. Ooh, there we go. Aha. Oh dear. Right, I've got him out, but not the yolk. The yolk has stuck inside. So, you know, non-stick. Well, kinda not. Okay, back to the drawing board. Hasta mañana. See you tomorrow. Okay folks, the long egg, version 3.0, and as we know, version 3.0 is always the best one, so I'm very confident that this will work, but I think I said something like that yesterday. So, what's happened? I've been to see my mates at the Builders Merchants again, and I've bought a 40mm compression fitting, which actually does work, so I'll just fit that onto the tube. And also I've done a bit of lateral thinking about the vessel that I'm cooking it in, which doesn't actually have to be a pot or a pan. It can be a plastic waste basket. Now I was a bit concerned that maybe this would melt, but I've looked it up. I think this is polyethylene, which can actually start to melt at as low as 85 degrees Celsius, but it depends on the polymers that are used. And so I just took a chance and I took it up to 82 Celsius and it hasn't melted, so that's lovely. Right, in fact, I need to get that going and separate my egg whites from the yolks. Poo. And I'll stop being a lazy so-and-so and do it the proper way, which is to use a separate bowl just in case you do screw up and then you haven't wasted all of your eggs when you mess up on the last one. So I think 4 eggs should be more than enough. So I need to prep my outer tube by putting a silicone lining in. So there's a bit in the end cap. Can you see that? Of course you can't. And then roll up the bit for the sides. Pop that in. Put the Teflon rod in. Notice I've cut the tube shorter than the Teflon rod so that we can actually twist it and get it out. And also I've cut the silicone a bit longer so we've got something to grab hold of. Now, little funnel, egg whites. I haven't got quite enough, so 1 more egg. Right, we're up to temperature, almost. Oh, 82.5. This always kind of jumps half a degree higher than you really want it, but doesn't matter. So we'll just pop it in. And actually I need more water. Because we are going to get an egg that's this long. Amazing, eh? Right, we're up to temperature again, so I'll pop my tube in. Ow, that's hot. And just wiggle the Teflon rod to make sure it's standing upright, and it is. So now I can go and chill for an hour. That needs an hour. Right, the egg white is pretty firm, so I'll take that out and I'll just pop it in this cold water for a little bit, just to get it cool enough to handle. And now I want to set this down to 72 Celsius, and I'll take some of that hot water out and just mess about to get the temperature right. Oh dear, this keeps falling over because the clamp's not working properly because it's broken. Okay, let's see if we can get the rod out the middle. And it got stuck before, but I found that if you twist it, then it will come out. It's going round. Come on. Yay! Fabulous. Ooh, oh, this is going to be a perfect long egg. So just whiz the egg yolk in there. And fingers crossed that I've got enough. I've got more than enough. Okay, so, oh, and by the way, that first bit of cooking the egg white didn't take an hour, it took 40 minutes. So I'll pop this in, and I don't really know how long this will take, but I'll let you know when I find out. Right, it's had 25 minutes, and that looks pretty set to me. So I'm just gonna put it in cold water till it's cool, and then I'll unwrap it and reveal its total splendour. Right, Keefy, stop messing about. Oh, great. Let's get this out of there. Oh look, it's stuck. Oh, come on. Come on. Oh, would you believe it? I think I'm going to the pub. Right, so we're ready to start making the long egg, and first thing to do is line your plastic tube and cap with bits of the silicone, and so I've just cut this piece so that, you know, it'll fit into the bottom, and just give it a spray with the oil and whack that in there. I've done a few where I'd forgotten to put this in and the yolk sticks to it, but the white doesn't, and it's very exciting and total fail. But there you go. And then the piece to line the tube. I've cut this fairly exactly so it does line the tube without overlapping. And you do need this so that you can actually pull the egg white out when it's cooked. Quite important. All right, so I'll just roll that up a bit and pop it into the pipe. Perfect, and leave a bit sticking out the top because that acts as a kind of handle. And away we go. I'll put the thing together and screw the cap on. No, I've forgotten a bit. We need to put the washer or the spacer in first because it is it's quite a tight fit. And this is actually made from MDF, which is, you know, perfectly food safe, so don't worry about it. Bit of oil on there to stop the egg sticking. There we go. And put the rod in. Okay, and that's the rod in place there. So now we put the bottom on. Alrighty, look at that. And now we need to put the egg white in. Carefully, try not to spill it. Okay, so that's come to about just 1/4 of an inch, 5mm below the edge or the top. Now we want to put the top spacer on. So there's the top spacer in there, and now we just slap it in the hot water. That's at 85 degrees Celsius, and let that cook for half an hour. And I'm actually going to top up the water level to get it as close as I can to the top of the tube. Okie dokie, we've had half an hour, so I'm going to turn the temperature down to 75 and get the egg white out. And what I need to do now is, well, I'll get the top spacer off that and then get the rod out, the Teflon rod from the middle. And if you twist it, it comes out more easily. Wonderful, look at that perfect tube of egg white, yay. So now we put the egg yolk in. Oh, right, let's just come up above the top a little bit, that'll be okay. Now what do? We need to take some of that water out and replace it with cold water to bring the temperature down a bit more quickly. So it's come down to 73.7, there, rising again. Okay, so I'll just pop this back in and I'll check it after 20 minutes and see how we're getting on. Right, so I stopped it floating about by weighing it down with a little bowl. And now, well, he's had half an hour actually. So I'm just gonna stick a skewer in that is solid, so that's cool. Now we're ready to unveil it. And I've done this so many times now, I'm just, you know, if it works, it works. I think it will work. Oh, we can turn the noisy thing off. Right, so unscrew the end first. Oh, okay. There's the silicone. There's the MDF. So let's see if we can. Right, yes we can. Okay. Oh yes. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Oh yeah, baby, look at that. That is absolutely a perfect long egg. I've done it, I've done it, I've done it. I'm going to the pub, yay. So I'm not gonna slice that or anything because I need it intact to make another long pie with, not a gala pie this time, but next time you'll probably see a video of that. And that's that. Hope you enjoyed it. Now there's links to the short and sweet version and the original long Egg-experiment version, and also gala pie, and donate and subscribe and all that good stuff. Thanks for watching. See you next time.